What is the perfect home? What is the perfect wife? What is the perfect garden? Perfectionism fits in with a lot of people on a day basis, and people believe that if they look perfect and they dress perfect and they sound perfect, that they are going to achieve perfectionism. And perfectionism isn't a compliment. It really isn't not a compliment, because it means that you tend to micromanage and get down to the nitty and gritty details, and you spend forever to make a decision, and it basically annoys the hell out of people. And me, on the other hand, I am the complete opposite. I think the perfect house is a messy house. It's not unclean. It's always clean, but it's not always tidy. You know, I mean, I watched this YouTube video on the internet with Julie Hanks, and it was this one YouTube video that Julie said, leaving things undone, the art of leaving things undone. Like, say there's and I think she explained about a plant pot outside of her house that she hadn't even touched, but people who are perfectionists, that would really bug them. Oh, there's a plant pot out there, I've got to do something about it. I have to do this, I have to do that. And the one thing that I have noticed with people who have this issue is that they are never, ever relaxed. They're never relaxed because they are always thinking, what can they do next? I mean, I have mentioned my mom a couple of times in the videos that I have done, and if she comes to the house, she'll say, right, let's clean the bathroom out. Go on, you do this and I'll do that. And I'm thinking, no. Cup of tea? You know, if she comes over, I would like for her to sit down and talk, not clean my house. It is my house after all, and I take a pride in my house. And this is what I mean of a perfect house. It doesn't have to be clean and tidy all the time. Okay, it, like, I tend to write, and I have like pens here and books here and notepads here, and and if someone comes along and moves it all, I'm like, where did they put my pen? My favourite pen's missing. Where is it? My pen Ow, what next? I don't want this notebook moved across the room because I don't know where it's going to be. I get very sort of possessive over my things. And so, yes, but the point is, and this is, and I have explained this in a video as well, that when a Enneagram 1 walks into a room, they automatically go to what's not done right, what's not perfect enough. They always do it. I mean, I might have mentioned as well, I watched a video of my sister's wedding, and there's my mum going, oh, I don't know about that dress. Oh, my ears stick out, because she's actually quite image conscious too. And if it's not that, it's, but although that she sends me mad, and she sends Lindsay mad, my sister mad, and my dad mad, and everyone around her mad, but she drives herself mad as well, because she is more harder on herself than anybody else. And I just want to tell her that she's perfect enough. She doesn't have to be super mom and doing this and doing that. That at the end of the day, I love her, and that's, you know, it doesn't matter too much, but in her head she has to achieve perfectionism. And, you know, and me on the other hand, I'm the complete opposite. I tend to annoy her and get on her nerves, things that I tend to leave undone, which is again what Julie Hanks has talked about. But the perfect A is getting up, if I have kids, and having to get up Cheerios off floor that they decide to drop. You know, that to me is a normal healthy a normal healthy life. Nobody can achieve perfectionism, and people who have, they are under a false sense of self, and the end of the day, we, the people who love these perfectionists, just want them to loosen up a bit. And with me, at times I have a bit of a messy house, but I clean it, I put things away. You know, it doesn't have to happen right here, right now. And I'm a firm believer in, if there's a problem and it's bedtime, we will deal with the problem in the morning. We'll deal with it in the morning. And then when the morning comes, okay. But I see myself as a positive person, and a person who is not a negative thinker. I do like to keep things upbeat and happy, and yes. So perfectionism is, as Julie says, a label that we all have to lose. Exactly the same as the emotional one. Or you're the emotional one, which is usually me, and you're the nice one, that is usually me as well. But I think at the end of the day, as long as you're happy in the house that you are in, and you're happy that, you think of a long list of all the things you are happy for. And I think that's how joy works, that you find happiness in all the little things. And when you practice gratitude of all the things you're grateful for, a nice house, a nice garden, a warm, hot shower first thing in the morning, a nice bath. It's all these things that some people aren't thankful for, or aren't even aware of, that you can get up and go to the toilet. As daft as that sounds, I have worked in an old people's home, full experience at times, and they can't get up and out to bed and go to the toilet by themselves. They need help. Appreciate yourself and what you can do. It wasn't a long back that I lost my uncle Jack, and he was in hospital. He had cancer, and he just said to me and everybody else, he wants to get out of the hospital, and he wants to go into his new house and look out of a window and see daffodils. And he did actually get to do that before he passed. But that was what he wanted. It was just the simplest of things, that he wanted a room with a nice view. That's all he wanted, and he got what he wanted, because he was in hospital before Christmas, and it's what, March now. It's all these things people have and take for granted. When I was younger, I broke my left leg. It was a car accident, and I was a pedestrian, and I had to learn how to walk all over again. And the effort it took just to go to the toilet and back, I'd be knackered. It's the effort that you have to persevere on with at times. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh my gosh, I never really appreciated what I had until I didn't I was not able to do it, you know, and I think that is perfectness, when you can look at yourself and tell yourself you are enough, that there's nothing that you need to work on. If you're happy, fine. If you're happy in yourself, you're happy in your body, you're happy in your home, you know. And perfectionism is always striving to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. We all have our flaws and imperfections, all of us. And I think with me too, I have this fear at times that I'm not good enough. But who do I think I'm not good enough to? Is it Harry? My partner up the stairs? No. Is it people at work? No. It's always been centered around my family. Like, oh, you've got to lose weight, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And at the end of the day, they tend to drive me mad and the wall, because I feel that I am a happy, positive person, and at times I think that my family at times are pessimistic, and they try to bring me down. That's what I do think at times, because what I like to do is challenge negative feelings, and I like to put a positive spin on things. Like if someone says, well, he thinks I'm an idiot, I'm like, really? Yeah, I don't think that's what they were thinking. And that person will say, well, how would you know? Oh, they're probably thinking that they are tired and they want to go home and eat. They don't care. And I suppose I've answered my own question. So, you know, perfectionism isn't something that you want to strive for. Focus on being happy. Focus on the here and now. And you can plan for the future, yes. But I just think keep it simple, keep it real. Because at the end of the day, people always say, and I've heard this more than once, I think there was an interview across YouTube with Taylor Lawton, and they asked him what is his type of girl, you know, and then he says, type? I don't have a type, you know. And then he said, someone who doesn't take life too seriously, someone who he can have a laugh and joke with, who, you know, and this is what I mean, kind of about being normal, being yourself, and not thinking in your head, what will the neighbours think? What will the people across the road think if I do this? Me, personally, I don't care. But I just think to have a perfect life is that it means that you're happy in your home and what you do, and at the end of it, I think that is what people tend to like about you. If you are normal and you don't put on an air over Christ or think going to the fish and chip shop is beneath you, you know, you just be yourself, because I think that we can all learn things as we grow, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think. It just matters what you think about yourself.